Hello there everybody, how's it going and how have you been? Welcome to a brand new game called Slime Rancher. I'm not playing this one on my own though. I have a very special guest with me, we'll just call Bastes.
Hello, so I don't actually see the screen right now. I have worked very hard to avoid any spoilers, but the sounds that are hitting my ears are kind of magical right now.
She's going into this completely blind, she has no idea what's waiting for her. I've played this game for a few hours already, mostly just to get kind of used to the controls and to get a better feel for the game, because as you can see at the bottom of the screen, it is in early access, it's basically an alpha version. In fact, you can see right there, it says 0.2.3, so it's very incomplete. There are big gates everywhere that basically have a sign on them that says, hey, this area's not ready yet, please turn around and go the other way. But even so, this game's still a bunch of fun, and we're just going to get right into that before the title screen can interrupt us like it did in a failed attempt at this. So...
Yeah, this is our third attempt. I still haven't seen this. All I've heard is squishing and squeaking.
Alright, let's just call it this, a combination of our two names, or pseudonyms, I suppose. Now, again, the game is in early access, so if there are any dropped frames, I apologize. I am running this on a laptop while recording on the same laptop, but, right, I forgot, the game doesn't actually, it's a little weird. Alright, you can open your eyes now. So this is Slime Rancher.
This looks...
Our job is to ranch these little slimes. And it does this on first startup. At least for me it does. Again, I'm sorry for all the framiness.
This looks like Gmod with tiny pink slimes.
I kind of thought of that, but anyway, this is our basic goal of the game. We're a slime rancher. We're out here to find these slimes, keep them in these corrals, and raise them.
There had better be breeding mechanics.
Kind of?
They look so distressed when you...
Not that one, he was happy.
Yay, I'm getting so dope!
This little jewel is the whole point of us being out here. It's called a plort. And the slimes produce them when they eat. And the whole point of being a slime rancher, at least so far in the early access mode of the game, is to farm these plorts to make money, which we can then use to expand a ranch. Got a whole wall here. Each of these plorts comes from a different type of slime.
Oh, nice. So there's quite a few to collect.
Yeah. And as you can see, there's a whole bunch of blank spaces, so I'm betting they're going to be adding even more types in the future.
Gotta goop them all.
Yep. Oh, come here. Come here. Yeah, you can sprint by shifting. You basically vacuum stuff up with the right click. And now we can pass through these barriers.
Violently.
Yeah, we can pass through the barriers of the corrals. They can't, though. But one thing I noticed is that you have to keep these guys happy or they will try to escape. And if you have food on the outside of the pen that they want, they will try to escape. Food, like, for example, this!
Hen.
Yep. Hearty chicken bread will be twice as tasty as its cousin back on Earth.
Oh, so where is this, anyway?
This, in the lore of the game, is the far, far range. It is 1,000 light years from Earth. And the slimes are native to this. Yes, chickadoos, these are baby hen-hens. They'll eventually grow up to be hen-hens, or roostros, which are the males. Let's, really quick, I do want to get, it's going to cost most of my money, but let's get a chicken coop.
You're throwing these baby chickens around with so much force, you're like concussing them.
Oh, they're fine. If you are curious about how the game plays, tutorial messages have been popping up on the side. I've been ignoring them just because I know how to play. Let's hurry up and get out here before these guys eat everything, because they tend to do so.
And I'm guessing that you only have a certain amount of things you can carry at once, it seems.
Yeah, so far there's no way to get more vac tanks, and by default you can only hold 20 of any item in the tanks. You can buy an upgrade to that though. You can get to 30 and 40 and maybe 50? I don't know. Let's just kind of dump these guys off. I don't want too many of these guys because their plorts are the cheapest. so it's kind of ineffective raising them. I mean, they'll be good to start with, but I think the 4 or 5 that were wandering around our ranch when we started are good enough.
Or can you like sell them later, or just re-release them back into the wild?
You can basically have to re-release them. There's no way to sell slimes. There is a machine that's kind of like a trading thing, and sometimes people will ask for slimes, sometimes they won't. Looks like we were too slow and they've already eaten all the chickens that are out here. I hope this isn't too framey in the recording, because I'd hate for that to happen, because I'm really having fun with this.
It looks good. Here, wow, there's actually a lot of areas.
Oh yeah, this is a pretty big world, and I think I've seen 3 or 4 of those gates that basically say they're still building stuff past it. Like here, I can actually show you guys one really quick. Just as soon as I take it. All this free money.
I love how it's also plort. It sounds like... It sounds like what you'd the onomatopoeia for them like vomiting up these little gems.
Yep. So this is one of the gates. There will eventually be something back here, but for now it's just a wall that goes off into the game's lore-based abyss. That actually is not water. That is, according to the game, the Slime Sea. It is a sea of water and slime essence. Slimes can go in it, and they basically use it to travel all across the planet's surface. I, however, cannot. I have found that if you fall into this, you lose an entire game day's worth of time.
Oof.
Which is bad, because that's time where all of your penned-up slimes aren't getting fed.
Oh yeah, I see that there's a time thing up on that. The top left. I had noticed that, but I didn't realize it was gameplay important.
That actually does bear resemblance to... Oh, there's the one that I wanted you to see!
Oh my god! Is that a cat slime?
Yes, hang on.
Oh my god, Nyan slime! Tabby slime!
Now, these guys produce more valuable plorts, but the catch is pink slimes eat anything, as you can see in the top right when I hover over.
Yeah, I just noticed that actually.
Tabbies only eat meat, so you have to raise chickens to give them food.
Makes sense. Cats are obligate carnivores.
Mm-hmm.
I love its little freaking cat smile. It's amazing.
It's so content with itself. I'm gonna keep him in the tank for right now. I don't want to let him out into the pinks because there's a feature of the game that could cause us some trouble if he gets in there and mingles with the pinks for too long.
So, breeding mechanic?
Yeah. I can go ahead and detail it. I can't really do it right now without ruining this one tabby slime that we found, but, well, not exactly ruining. Oh, you guys hungry? Oh, here you go. Wrong button. Carrots in your face! Hey, eat your carrot. There you go.
Why you literally shoot food at their face?
I mean, I don't have to. I can just shoot them all in there, and they'll just munch it down slowly over time.
I think you should always shoot food at their face. It's kind of...
That is better, because sometimes what will happen is one slime will eat most of the food and leave one of his other buddies to go hungry. So they don't... They're a communal creature, but they don't really care for one another, if that makes sense. Come here, chicken.
They're like cats. They'll share an area, but they give no shits. They will eat their food, and they'll eat everyone else's food, and fuck everyone else.
Alright, sorry if I'm not being very coherent. I'm just kind of concentrating on several things at once. I see 5 chickens in here, but we need to find a rooster for them to start making chickadoos.
Chicken
right.
sacks.
The quote-unquote breeding mechanic. Slimes don't actually breed and produce, like, hybrids. Instead, you create a hybrid by shooting a plort of one type of slime at another type. They will eat the plort and grow into a mix of the two called a larjo. And what's cool is that the larjos produce plorts of both types of slime they're made of.
That's clever.
Of course, the downside is that larjos are, as the name would imply, large, and they're too big to get sucked up. They just kind of get stuck on the end of the nozzle, and you have to drag them around that way.
I bet that's amazing. I can't wait to see that.
There is another downside to the largos, but I do not want to say that just yet. Get out of here. You guys will be fine.
Get launched into the sky.
What? They use the slime seed to travel. It's natural to just drop them in there. They're fine.
Just imagine them landing on the ground
Yeah,
and just...
down here. These are Largos. See? These guys are pink rock Largos, so they're either a pink slime that ate a rock plort, like I think that one just did.
They look like they have
Or-
hair.
One of these little rock slimes that ate a pink plort.
It looks... It's a little icon. It looks so nonplussed. It's like, really?
So here, in fact, I can show you right now. Here you go. See? They combine and make a Largo.
Oh, show me, drag one around. I want to see it.
Okay. He's just kind of chilling there. And just...
You like...
Blink.
You're in a tree now. You're...
Oh, rooster! Rooster! Nobody eat the rooster! Oh, these guys are really rare. The problem is sometimes slimes will just... A slime will just immediately beeline for it the moment you see one. There have been so many times on my little test world where I've seen a rooster, and by the time I get over to it, a slime's just waddled over and ate it. Right in front of me, too, right as I'm trying to suck it up.
And giving you the most
Rooster!
satisfying...
No! Just like that. Just like that. Slimy bastard.
Slimy bastard. Oh, that's cool.
Oh. Here, go away. Eat that instead. No. No, go away. I want... Yes! Stony hen.
Oh, interesting.
Yes, this
That's
is
a
a-
rock-solid conviction in chicken stuff.
Yes, this is a rarer breed of chicken. And it's actually important because all slimes, apart from the pinks, have a favorite food.
And of course, rock slimes like rock hens.
Actually, no. Rock slimes eat veggies.
Oh.
Tabby slimes love the stony hens. And if you feed a slime its favorite food, it will actually produce twice as many plorts as it normally would.
Useful.
And that still applies to Largos, too. So you can get 4 plorts out of a single slime, if you're clever with it.
That's very useful.
I'm going to go ahead and offload these pink plorts. Just shoot them into the receptacle, get the money.
How much... Can you go back and look at the thing?
So this gray one is the tabby's
Oh,
plort.
wow, the gold one's really...
Yeah, gold is great, but there's a catch with that guy.
Eh?
You can't actually suck them up. They only appear very briefly. They eat stuff, they drop their gold plorts, and then they vanish. It's impossible to farm them. You just have to be lucky enough to spot one and happen to have some food in your tank to feed them with.
I see.
Let's go ahead and shoot Mr. Roostro in there.
Go
Let's-
breed and have chicken sex.
Yes, let's add the stony hen.
Can the stony hen breed with a normal rooster?
Yeah, for now there's only just the one Roostro. And any hen he breeds with now, it's a lot of fun. Let's get out of here. Whatever hens are nearby, he will produce chickadoos of that type, just kind of at random.
Can I say, I just love the names.
Oh yes, the names in this game are great, like Pogo Fruit, and there's something somewhere called a Q-Berry and Heartbeats.
That's amazing.
This is the inside of our house. It's just a menu for the moment. They may, well, improve it into its own little area. We can check our mail and get little bits of story. So we are employed by the 7Z Corporation and they would like to welcome us to the far, far range, extend their support in our bold new venture as a slime rancher. We look forward to us supplying them with plorts to which they will pay.
So what exactly is a plort?
A plort is... hang on, let me just sleep until morning just to pass the night real quick.
That sounds exactly like the sound that's used in Ocarina of Time. I bet they use the exact same sound file.
Maybe they did. Let's see. So... Resources? This? No, that's... I think we just have to, like... I don't think it actually tells you what a plort is, but it will tell you what they're used for. So, pink plorts are an excellent multi-purpose generic substance.
Oh, so they're basically things that you make other stuff with, so that's why they're paying you to...
Yeah.
That's...
It's... I guess the closest thing we could think of it on Earth is like wool from sheep.
Yeah. Except they're gems that slime monsters barf up.
Yep. Or poop out. One of the two. Go ahead and clean the plorts that these guys try for breakfast. For now, I'm just gonna keep sucking them up and out. Spit them back out. Oh, no. No, come here, you. You do not want slimes wandering around your ranch unsupervised, especially these guys, because they eat anything. Because it is possible for them to, if they escape, get into a chicken coop and eat the chickens, get onto your gardens and eat the plants as they grow, and basically make a nuisance of themselves. You have to keep these guys contained or they cause trouble. And actually, as a funny story from my test world, I was raising one type of slime. Basically what I did is, all of these plots I made into corrals, and I had rock slimes over here, and another type of slime that you probably won't see for a while over here. And I actually had a rock slime bounce out over the walls, into this pen, eat a plort, and mutate into a larjo, before I could do anything about it.
It's like, fuck you, I do what I want!
I didn't want larjos because they can't, like, if you have a larjo in the corral, slimes will naturally gravitate towards plorts they can eat. So if you keep a larjo in a corral, over time, all the plorts it makes will turn all the other slimes in that corral into that type of larjo. So I couldn't keep him in here because he'd turn all of those slimes into larjos, but I couldn't put him with the other rocks because he'd turn all of those into his type of larjo. So what I ultimately had to do is just make another corral somewhere else, move all the rocks over there, and then plunk him in his own little corral.
I'm betting when you go farther along, you'll be able to get more plots of land, so eventually you'll be able to have every type of hybrid in their own corral.
Probably. There are 2 additions to our ranch we can buy. Each one gives, I think, the same amount of plots. But considering larjos produce 2 different types of plorts, they're kind of like being able to keep 2 slimes in one corral.
That's true.
So let's head back out, see if we can find any more food for our pinks before all these wild pinks eat everything.
And so you said you can also make farms?
Get out of here. Oh crap, that was the carrots. No! Well, did I save the one? I save the one. Alright. You guys, go away. And they ate all the fruit.
This is not going well for you.
It's fine. It's fine. Go away. They'll just respawn. It's fine.
I just love how you just keep throwing them willy-nilly and they give them shits.
They're slimes. What do they care?
Well, they could get smashed against something so hard they just disintegrate.
I don't think... Well, you can't actually do that. At least not yet.
But in theory, that could happen.
Yes, it could. Yeah, let's just, yeah, let's grab these carrots. And head back and feed our pinks. And I'll cash in these plorts and see if maybe we can build a corral?
Yeah, I want to see, like, either the tabby or the rocks start working for you.
Yeah, I think I'll drop off our tabby slime.
Yes! That's
just so I can
saw
start cleaning out the normal chickens, so that rooster will start breeding only with the stony hen and produce only more stony hens.
That makes sense.
Because at the moment, it's kind of skewed towards the normal chicken's favor. Come on, guys. Breakfast.
Breakfast! Smack!
Take all the carrots, you're fine.
So, who made this game, by the way?
It's a little studio called Monomi Park, I believe. It's just a little 2-person group. I think they, like, just... Oh, there's the carrot. Now I gotta go over here. You can also build upgrades for your corrals and your chicken coops and stuff. So if I come over here to the little control button, I can make higher walls to make it harder for them to bounce out. I can give them music to make them calmer. I don't actually know what that helps with at the moment.
That might be something later that, like, they get mad and they try and eat you.
Yeah, I know slimes get really grumpy if they're left hungry for a while. You can put a net over top to keep them from bouncing out. You can put up a solar shield, which protects slimes that are sensitive to light. Hint, hint, that means there's a certain type that comes out at night. You can make an automatic plort collector, which will vacuum up all the plorts that they drop, so we don't have to go in. That's actually very handy for the rocks, because they're so prickly and pointy that they hurt you if you come into contact with them.
Of course. It's like, I love you, smack, crunch.
And an auto feeder that we can fill up with food, and it will automatically dispense food to the slimes. Likewise, there's fewer upgrades for the coop.
You should probably unload your plorts.
Yeah. Well, fortunately, time pauses when you're in a menu, which is nice.
True, but you just also have to much.
and the game actually has kind of a stock market. As you can see, some of the prices went up and some of them went down. Now, there is something you can build called a silo, so you can stockpile your plorts of a certain type if that price is low and wait for it to be
That's cool.
a higher price. Yeah. Right. Oh, damn it. Well, our rooster is too old to make chickadees now. So now I gotta go find another one. Okay. Yeah, we can put up higher walls to make it harder for slimes to get in. We can give them grass to make the hens make chickadees faster, and we can give a vitamizer to make the chickadees grow up faster.
What's the thing in the middle? Are they like trying to plant a break and dig out?
Oh no, that's a nest.
Oh, I see. It looked like dirt. It looked like they were trying to burrow down and do a freaking break.
Alright. Come here, you two. So, after a certain period of time, hens will turn into elder hens and can't make any more chickadees, and likewise roosters will turn into elder roosters and not be able to make any more chickadees.
Oh, I see a pond.
Yeah, you can use that to vacuum up water for some things. And there's also a really rare type of slime that can only survive in water. So you have to make a pond instead of a corral for those guys. Ready?
Look at that face!
Chico, chico, chico. You're hungry for your chicken, huh? Want another? No? Alright, well...
You just hit a slime that looks like a cat with an old chicken.
Isn't that what you do in video games? Hey. Ah! Hey! Hey! Oh, sneak, get back in there.
I don't think he liked being hit with a chicken.
I forgot about that with the tabby slimes. They can jump really high, so it's a good idea to invest in high walls in these guys' corral. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Well, the other thing that's kind of annoying about these little guys is that they will steal things that they don't eat and run away with it.
So they are very much cats.
Yes.
I love cats.
She does. Alright, let's just go ahead and deposit this.
He's the Euclidean squid, I'm the angler cat.
That's your bestest.
I'm Bastus the angler cat.
Our trading machine is just turned on, so we can check
Oh.
here and we can see if I give it 10 carrots, 6 hens, and 2 phosphor plorts, I will get all of these in response. Which is... that's an okay-ish deal, I guess.
I guess because you're trading plorts for plorts, it kind of depends on how the stock's going right at the moment.
Yeah, the only downside is that these phosphor plorts, the slimes that make them, are kind of the next tier above tabby and rock in a way.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to... I hope this doesn't... We've been recording for 23 minutes. Okay, come back here. Alright, there we go. Sorry about that. The game's running in full screen, and I don't have a second monitor to keep the recording window on. So, how about we just call it towards the end of this day? Does that sound good?
Sure.
Alright, let's see if I can find anything else of interest. Any plorts lying on the ground that I can sell. Hopefully another rooster would be good.
Do the slimes eat the chickadoos?
No, chickadoos are not food. So if you want, you can always go around and collect chickadoos and keep them in your coop, because there is a small chance for a chickadoo to grow into a rooster instead of a hen.
Then you can inbreed. You can inbreed all of your chickens, and then they're all stupid, and they won't run away when the slime comes to eat their faces off.
They don't run away anyway. Oh, heartbeat. Oh, and a cute... Oh. Well, this would be a great find if I had a garden. Because both the heartbeat and the Q berry are really rare, so you know what, I'm just gonna suck them up to get their Slimepedia entry, and then just leave them behind for right now. Oh, there they... Crap, come here, you. Come here.
Oh!
Out.
Those guys, they look like they want to devour your face off.
They do. Those are called the tar. They are what happen if a largo eats a plort that is not one of the two types it can produce. And that's the danger of keeping largos around. Because if they escape into a third pen, they will happily eat a third plort and mutate into those things.
And then eat everything else.
They eat slimes, they bite you, they eat your chickens. They are a nightmare if they get into your range.
What did they eat to suddenly develop around here?
There's a small chance for tabby slimes to spawn around here, alongside all these pink and rocks. So my guess is a tabby spawn made of plort and a pink rock larger. Go on, out. Okay, guys, I'm getting rid of your predators. For you.
It just wants to give you a spiny hug.
Maybe. Either that or they just don't realize that I'm here. Hey, look at that guy. He's got such a dopey look on his face.
They kind of all have dopey looks on their faces. To be 100% honest.
I thought I saw a box up here. I guess it was just this nest. Hello, chickens. Yeah, that's how stuff spawns in this game. Stuff's just... Oh my god, go away! Oh, and by the way, if a tar eats another slime, they produce another tar. So they quickly get out of control if they get into a slime pen. You can suck up water from your ponds. I'm not sure if I mentioned that or not.
Yeah.
And you can also kill tars by just spraying them with water.
That's useful.
Chickens! Let's go ahead and collect... Oh, crap, my pack is full. Like, I think I was trying to say... No, give me that. Actually, give me you, not the...
was one... were they one on top of the other?
Oh yeah, they'll hop on each other's heads.
That's amazing.
That's actually a reason why you don't want to keep too many slimes in a pen, or too many largers in a pen, because they will stack on top of each other's heads to get out.
Slime ladder!
Mm-hmm. I think there's a chest over here. Oh, and by the way, giant kitty!
It looks so pleased with itself.
These guys, these Gordos, you can't even pick up and move. Instead, what you have to do is you have to feed them a lot of whatever they eat. And then they will explode into goodies and like 10 slimes of whatever slime type they actually are. And you actually need... There's 1 or 2 Gordos somewhere that give you a key to access the other half of the map right now.
Interesting.
Which, the doorway is right over there on that ledge. I'd zoom in if there was a way to. The reason I came over here is because there's usually a box around here somewhere. This game's trying to record this game is making my computer get a little bit hot, so we are going to have to keep the recording session somewhat short. Hopefully we can record. Oh, it's not too bad. There's a lot of screen tearing that I'm seeing, but
It should be too
when I checked with a test before, it didn't seem to show up that much.
I'm just overloading it with awesomeness.
So, more like it's overloading you with awesomeness. Alright. And in this box we have a chicken. Alright, where are you? Oh, I actually want to get tighter because there's cranky slimes that spawn during the night. Shit. Well, now we get to see what happens when we fall into the slime sea.
Oh, and you lose everything that was in your inventory?
Yep.
Of course. Oh, that is exactly the same sound from Ocarina of Time. That's...
Yeah, so these guys are cranky, their carrots have turned bad. Let's take care of the cat first. You guys stay in there. Promise I'll get you food. Oh,
Actually, he looks happy.
you know what? There you go. There's some chickens.
You look away and all of a sudden,
Just hear the terrified squawk of a chicken as it's devoured by a slime.
not just devoured, but devoured whole.
That's fine. Alright, carrots. Some more.
I have to say, I really like the aesthetic this game has. The rendering engine is really nice. Do you know what this was built with?
No, it didn't say.
It's amazing. I wonder if it's going to be Unity.
There you go. There you go. There you go. All the food you could want. You stay in here. I was about to say, if you jumped out right when I told you to stay in here.
That would have been amazing.
You've got chickens in here to eat. Why would you want to leave? Just stay in here and don't come over here.
Because it is a cat. Cats will do whatever the fuck they want. They don't care what you want.
Alright. Wow, that was quite an ordeal, so how about we just sell these plorts and call it an episode?
Works for me.
Alright.
Yeah, those tabby plorts are so much more efficient.
Like, over twice as much. If we had phosphor slimes, we could get 3 times as much as the pinks. Again, the problem is that phosphor slimes disappear in sunlight. Alright, so I think our next course of action will probably be to build a garden to start making food for the pinks, and eventually the rocks and whatever else we find. But I think that will do it for this episode. So, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you had a great time, and I hope you had a great day. We will see you in the next episode, and farewell for now.
See ya!